Hey everyone, today in Warframe we're going over the one, the only Protea Prime, newly released frame. We'll go over the general build for her, how she works, and just schmooze about how great of a frame she is. So, if we take a look at her generally, on 0 mods, this is how her kit works, right? I have 145 duration purely off of Archon shards because I love Archon shards and corrupted mods give me depression, but I'll talk about that more after. Her kit's pretty simple. Every 4th cast is granted with 100% ability strength, so you just get boosted 4th every 4 abilities. Your first ability, you either tap it to shoot out slashy balls or you hold it to shoot out shielding balls. And the shield is really strong, so that is how you eventually never die as Protea. You always shield gate with her shield balls off your first ability. And then you can always throw around some slash balls to just do some AoE slash damage to enemies. It's not like it's insanely high damage, but it's slash and it builds up and, you know, it kills enemies. It just naturally falls off higher level, steel pass, stuff like that. But still usably good, for sure. Because then it just applies stacks and then you do more damage. Second ability is Blaze Artillery. So this is one of the main reasons why you want a lot of strength. More strength equals more damage off of this because it builds damage every hit. It's fire damage. You can throw on the Archon mod to do even more fire damage, or you can swap that out for something else as you see fit. But it has a pretty good range overall. I was running a negative range build for the longest time, and this thing absolutely still shreds, but now I've changed to a positive range build, so it hits like double the range it had before. I went from like 75% range to like 140 or 155, something like that. So it's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. Next you have Dispensary. This thing is godly. It gives you health, it gives you ammo, and it gives you energy. And you know what? That is pretty OP. So Protea is a god tier support, right? She has her dispensary. She's a god tier damage with her grenade fan and her blaze artillery, because this is both support and damage. And then her 4th ability comes into play. Arguably her worst ability. It gets better when you start using your augment mod, but before that, this ability actually is just straight up trash. Drops your temporal anchor, you rewind, you do some implosion damage based on damage dealt between the anchor drop and the rewind. The issue is it's inconsistent and it doesn't work half the time, so you don't do any damage. You know how it has an implosion range of 15? Yeah, that shit just doesn't work. So I don't know if it's bugged or if Protea just kind of sucks in that regard, but temporal anchor, probably the ability you're going to want to swap off if you personally play her, or throw on her augment temporal erosion. While temporal anchor is active, each strike of grenade fan and blaze artillery strips 10% armor from enemies. So you do want to use temporal erosion. I would say I would throw temporal erosion on my build over Archon Vitality because everything else is, you know, pretty useful. When I want to do a high level build, like you don't really need it, it's just useful, but you do not need it unless you're doing higher level content. Armor strip is ridiculously OP and really good in Warframe because armor is ridiculously broken. That's why they're upgrading and updating it to nerf it a bit. But this augment mod essentially gets rid of that and you become a god. So a lot of the time it's probably worth it just straight up yeeting this over top of that. Because let's be honest, Archon Vitality, it doubles the amount of heat, but you know, having no armor usually is a lot more. Like a lot more damage. Wait, why did it give me Nourish? Oh yeah, it's because I have Nourish on for there. Sorry, totally forgot about that. On that build, I have Nourish, and on my like the not build, I have Temporal Anchor. So let's talk about my build in general for Protea. This is what I'm using right now. Feel free to throw off Prime Sure-Footed for ranged or damage, or any other Exilus mod you want. I usually just like throw on Power Drift or Cunning Drift for range. Sometimes, you know, you could throw down Repair Dispensary on Protea. I just think it's a waste of a slot, and I'd rather have anything else. So yeah, Prime Sure-Footed just because getting knocked down is annoying. Corrosive Projection, because why not, but you can throw on whatever the hell there too. I honestly do not care too much about the aura in the Warframe mod. But hey, it's nice to have Prime Sure-Footed. Archon Vitality, health, more damage. Obviously, it's for the doubling of the heat damage, but swap that out if you so choose. This is like the least vital mod. Augur Secrets, it's nice because strength, and I'm just done with corrupted mods right now, and I don't want to use any of them, so get the fuck out of my face. I have Stretch because range, Augur Reach for range, and Augur Message for duration. If you want less range, you can swap out Reach for anything else, or Stretch, you know, probably Reach, right? But it's up to you. Umbral Intensify, not bad. It could throw even on Umbral Health if you want more strength, but it's up to you. Primed Flow, because you want a lot of energy, and then Primed Continuity. At one point I had Efficiency on, and honestly I was just like, I don't need that much efficiency. We have our third ability, we have Arcane Energize, I just don't think I need it. I want a lot of duration, so my abilities stay up for a long time. I want some range, so they be hitting everyone. Like, look at my turrets now. 52.5 meter range. These motherfuckers are cross-map spawn camping. We have a really high duration there. And if I really wanted more duration, what I would do is I'd throw on Narrow-Minded over Archon Vitality. So I could do this, and now I'm even more of a god. Hey, thank you so much for the Prime sub, Roscoe Tenkoya on Twitch. Appreciate it. Yeah, like, you could do that, and you'd be a fucking god of range, or duration, right? These mofos last so long. Grenade fans last 42 seconds, right? Blaze artillery, almost 10 seconds. Dispensary, 80 seconds. But for now, I'm going to throw on Archon Vitality, but I'm just going to let you know that's a good swap out if you want more duration. Hell, you could even throw on Transient Fortitude if you want strength, but it doesn't match, so don't do that. Yeah, thank you so much, Apple OW. Thank you all for the Prime subs. Appreciate it. As you all know, I stream casually, YouTube, Twitch, everywhere, but you know how it be. So that's my general build for now. Prime Flow, just because I like having more energy. Prime Continuity, because it's a must, because you want as much duration as you can get. But I'm just kind of annoyed by the Nightmare mods right now, corrupted mods. So we're just doing that. Mold Augmented, so I can gain a ton of strength at the max. And then Arcane Energize. You can throw on, if you don't want Mold Augmented, you could go with Efficiency so that you can gain more durations while your shields are active, because your shields are pretty much always active. The issue is obviously with shields is they get knocked down so much, so it just resets it a lot. So it's kind of a problem. So it's up to you. You can do anything else if you want. There might be one somewhere here for heat, but I think that's on like a primary weapon. So it's really up to you, but that's my general build for now on my Protea Prime. I have my bunny ears. I have my new outfit. I have a lot of Protea skins because she looks really cool. And people have gifted them, so thank you so much. I have the Protea Technocron skin, looking nice. Regular Protea. Protea Caladrius, which is also a beautiful skin. And I'm just running Protea Prime for now. The coloring is so different between the two. They're both good skins though. And then for the helmet, right? You have the new Protea Prime helmet. Looks pretty cool in game. You have the Protea Caladrius helmet, which is what I've been using for a long time, right? Regular Protea, cool. I have the Mav helmet, nice. And then there's the new helmet, not bad. Protea Prime Chronorum helmet. I have the Technocron. Oh, Protea Fashion's also good. The issue is there's too much. The Protea Dilemma helmet. Actually, I really like this helmet. I like it more overall. I'm gonna throw this one on for now. Yeah, that's a cool helmet. So it's just Protea looks good overall. I do have, as I said before, duration shards because I took off Narrow-Minded, not using it. And I have 2 casting speed Tau Forge shards, which you'll really want. Like, look how fast you end up casting. I think any more than 2 might be a little bit of overkill, but hey. Right? Like, look how fast you throw those out. Right? You cast your Nourish so fast. Since I do have Nourish on, you might want to throw off Arcane Energize, and you could throw on that ability Duration Shield Arcane, so keep that in mind. There's nothing I'm setting in stone. Build however you feel like playing a Warframe. It's always, you know, a good choice as long as you enjoy it, right? You know, play Warframes for how you want. With the new Protea Prime, when you stand still, with her new set, it's the these temporal anchors, you get a good after image look at her. And just like anyone you throw that temporal anchor, the 3 floaty balls, you get that after image effect. It's really cool. It's probably the coolest part of the effect of the Protea Prime bundle items, like this ephemera floating around, giving that after image effect. Works on any other Warframe. Try it on Sevagoth, try it on whoever, you know? Now, let's take a look quickly and just talk about Protea Prime. We'll pause AI. Actually, yeah, we'll pause AI just so I can show you. How much damage does Protea's turret do? Well, if you chuck one out, you can see it gains up a ton of damage. If it hits multiple enemies, the stacking increases. So, it has punch through. When it hits enemies with that punch through, it stacks, baby. And then it almost kills. So that's not too bad. The turret, while it's strong, it's more so meant to do damage and spread around heat, right? We also have, apart from the turret, we have the first ability, which these are also kind of the same. They're not going to kill things very quickly at a high level, but they're going to add a lot of status, and they're going to do a lot of damage while enemies try to get to you. That's the thing about Protea. I really love her. She's a strong frame, but she's not a nuke frame, right? She doesn't have any sort of one-shot kill. She's no Dante where she's one-shotting enemies. She's like a support damage frame. You throw down your shields here, you stay up, you shoot that, and then while they're getting cut up and everything, they're losing armor because you're heating them, they're dying, right? So if you want on Protea, you could either throw on something like Nourish, you could throw on an armor strip for your 4. You could really throw on whatever works for you. I don't think anything's really bad. Protea is just such a good casual frame. I love her, right? You can go like this. You can see like, oh, look at that. Doing viral and corrosive. Wow, what a match made in heaven. Of course, I'm using a strong weapon, so I just like throwing Nourish on. I had Eclipse on before, but then they nerfed Eclipse. So it's like, why would I throw Eclipse on when I can do viral damage, gain more energy, kill them? Right? You can have 3 turrets up at a time, by the way. You can have, to my knowledge, as many balls as you can throw on the screen. So, yeah. Play however you feel like. You can always throw down... If you're throwing down your shield balls, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. At first, I thought there was only 3 shield balls at a time, but no, there's 4. So that's 4 balls. Throw them around here. Really good shield gating and, like, survival potential. Yeah. A lot of people like general punch through with turrets, right? Larva works really well. Pull works really well. There's a lot of CC. So if you want to, like I said, replace her 4 with straight up damage, buffs, or CC, it all works really well. I would recommend using Larva, like the Nidus ability, because I think Nidus's ability for the Helminth is his like Larva pull-in ability. So I think that is one of the better ones to use if you're looking for CC. But it's of course up to you. This is just Protea Prime in action. She slaps, she kills, and she's a nice casual frame where you won't really have to worry about anything, right? You have your dispenser, you have your 4th ability for either buffs or anything else. You have turrets that shred, you have that. Everything shreds pretty well, and if you have a lot of range on it, like I had a small range before and it shredded everything. I used to have 70% range on it because of one of the mods, and now my things are at like max range and they're killing everything. Look at the range on those slicey balls. So I just hate corrupted mods so much. I like the idea in theory of them, but they give such a negative that they piss me off. Maybe if all of the corrupted mods had their negatives cut in half, I would like using them more, but I don't like using a mod that gives me like 90% strength and then a 60% decrease in something, right? It's not my style. Transient Fortitude's okay, but it still nerfs your duration by half the cost of the strength it gives you. So it just seems like a kick to the nards no matter what. A slap to the face, a kick to the nards. Narrow-minded, you lose 1/3 or 2/3 of range from the duration you get. Like, it just doesn't seem that worth it when I throw on 2 mods to try and compensate for the negatives of another mod. So I like the idea of corrupted mods. They just give me a little bit of depression. So I wish there was way more primed, stronger mods like Archon Vitality. You know, maybe give us that Archon Reach and actually make it give us more range, right? Give us Archon Augur Reach, give us a Archon Stretch, but actually make it an Archon buff instead of just the same amount of range and a little bit more energy. Yeah, I don't know. I wish we had more Prime type mods, but I understand we're already gods in Warframe, so you can only do so much. Let's go take Protea Prime to like a casual exterminate Steel Path mission. I just want to show y'all how she slaps, and feel free to throw out everyone else's builds in the comments down below. Like, builds in Warframe, people are weird about them. Any build is good as long as it works well for you and you like it, right? Warframe is such a vast game with anything to do that like none of that shit matters too much. As long as you're murking the enemies, you're having a good time. I think that's all that really matters. F it, let's run a Requiem Relic. Do I need any of these? 3, 2, yeah, 4, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2. Screw it, let's go. Let's go. Are you ready? Let's go check out how Protea Prime absolutely slaps the enemy. Regular Protea Prime, you get from like the Granum Void, you do that little Prophet Parvos quest, so takes a little bit of time to farm her up. But after you do farm her up, she's pretty great. So for this mission, I need simply 118 kills. I just want to use Protea abilities, see how she does, right? So you can always just do that. The nice thing is, you have a lot of turrets, but you probably want to not mess up there. Always throw down multiple shields so you don't die. Right? You can use your abilities like this. Once you have your stuff down, you're probably fine, to be honest. Then you go incarnate with your ability, bada bing, bada boom. I like Protea. I'll acknowledge, though, she's definitely not the highest damage Warframe. She's more of a status applier with slash and heat that adds to your damage a lot. She absolutely destroys non-steel path, and she does kill steel path if you have good CC and you can group enemies well. Because again, the punch through on her turret builds up, so you can have such an insane amount of damage build up if you have good CC. Nidus larva, right? Mag pull. You do whatever you feel like. As long as you like it and it kills enemies, that's all that matters, right? I hate these Kuva Fortress maps because I always am like, where do I go? Okay, they're down there. Oh yeah, but I can't jump to the side. That would be too easy. Can't have that. Now can we? Oh, that would make too much sense. That would be too easy, everybody. Too easy.
Heads up. A Grenier assault team is headed your way.
Oh, Grenier assault team. Lovely. But yeah, Protea is a pretty strong Warframe. I'd recommend her generally to anyone who wants a nice strong frame, who just kills things. You can throw on quick thinking as well over the vitality. If you're anything like me and you just forget to heal properly or shield once in a while.
Well done, Hannah. Your pellet is open.
Just remember to like actually kill the enemies. You should be good. Get some energy there. Now I can throw on that ability. Yeah, once I throw on that, I think my energy problems kind of go down a bit. It's just because this is a exterminate, so we're just running from spot to spot killing them. So I haven't had like the best buffs chances yet. Or anything like that. And then you just shoot them like that. No huge reason for me to throw out my slashy balls. Because there's like not a ton of enemies alive. It would probably just get wasted. Because like Protea is not the highest single target or like damage frame with her abilities. It's more a nice status spread with an additive amount of good damage. Because like look at that, you're doing like 4 or 5. It's building up a bit, but the heat's really nice to just add some extra damage and shred off a little bit of armor. I wish I could say like the heat was OP. But it's like it's not. It's not that OP. Oh. Are there more enemies over here now? Spawned up? Oh, I think they're like roller balls. Now we go here. So that's generally Protea's kit. Her dispenser is really nice because then you just get loot. And trust me, you're gonna need loot, so. Oh my god. The map's getting a little borked with all those turrets over there spawned.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
There is a heavy unit though. Yeah, so as you can see, the turrets, they do decent damage, but they're not going to be killing Eximus units easily. Unless you have more status duration or strength duration built up. And I just don't have that in me. F that, not doing it. I think this is a good enough build for just playing the game and all that, but hey, everyone's different, so you do you. You can build this frame however it makes you happy and just kill all the enemies. You're gonna have such a good time doing it, you know? Oh, that's I was like, is that a thing to shoot? This is her Velix Prime. Yeah, this thing kills pretty decently. It's more of a status spreader than like pure damage. Got Okina Prime for Protea as well. I just bought her Prime Access because, you know, I love Protea. Love me some Protea. Okay, where are the rest of them? See, and then you just start shooting on at like choke points. Their little slash balls out so they take some bleed and whatnot. And then you just jump around. I do think Protea is one of the more casual chill frames. I don't think she's like a ridiculous high single target or like group damage. I think she's good group damage and good CC and all that. Well, not CC. Good group damage and good like support in general. But she's not like the strongest frame. She's not a Daggeth. Okay, she's not going to go to one enemy and do a bajillion damage, add a ton of crit, right? She's a good status spread and support engineer frame, so been a fan favorite ever since her release. But that's Protea Prime, everybody. Let me know what you think, and if you plan to play a lot of Protea Prime now that the Prime is released and you don't have to do the Parvos random shenanigans. Yeah, cheers, sub-like, check out all the other socials, secondary channel, Pupsker Gotcha, Epic Games creator code Pupsker, all of that helps out, so thank you.